Well, thank you for joining me on this question. We're going to be looking at expanding using Pascal's triangle and or NCR. The question I'm going to look at is question C, and C in this question has a minus in it. That's a little bit different than the previous ones. And we got to the power of 5, and so we're going to be using the fifth row in Pascal's triangle to help us. And the fifth row is down here. And if you would calculate 5C0, well, that's 1. 5C1, that's 5. 5C2, that's 10. 5C3 is the same as 5C2, because 3 and 2 make 5. 5C4 is the same as 5C1. And 5C5 is the same as 5C0, which is 1. These are going to be our coefficients. And let's go and start with expanding. The first one I'm going to take is 3x. And we start with 3x at the front, and we put that as a power of 5. Now, each term after that is going to drop it by a power. So 3x4, 3x cubed, 3x squared, and 3x just to the power of 1. And we start at the other end this time, and this time we started with 2y. And so we've got 2y here. So we would put 2y to the power of 5, 2y to the power of 4, 2y cubed, 2y squared, 2y 1, and 2y none. Notice the powers each time add up to 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. Just double check. 2 plus 3 is 5. That's to the power of 1, that's to the power of 4, that makes 5. Just a 5 is a 5, and just a 5 is a 5. Good. Now the thing is, we've got to put the coefficients 1. So our coefficients are 1, 5, put them in front, 10, 10, 10, 10 goes in that coefficient, 5 in front of that term, and 1 in front of the last term. Okay, what's different here is a minus. Now, whenever we have a minus odd power, it's going to be a negative. So the 2y is actually a negative. And here we've got 2y to the power of 1. So that would make a negative. But here we got a negative 2y times a negative 2y squared. And that would be a plus. So whenever we have an even power on our 2y, we would have a plus. An odd power, so on our 2y we would have a minus. An even power, on our 2y we would have a plus. And an odd power, we would have a minus. Okay, that's something different than if it was a plus, like up above. We always use just all pluses. But if it's a minus, it goes like minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. And now we just have to work out the numbers. So 3 to the power of 5. Oh, difficult. 3 3s are 27. 3 5 is 200 and... Is that 43? X to the power of 5. Now, a bit more complicated here. We've got a 5 times 3 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 1. So the number will be 5 times 81 times 2. So 5 2s are 10. So that makes 810. And we've got x to the power of 4, y to the power of 1. We don't need to write the 1. Now we've got a plus. 10 times 3 cubed. 3 cubed is 27. Times 2 squared is 4. 27 times 4 is 5408 times 10. So that's 1080. And then we've got x cubed y squared. Notice the powers adding up to 5 each time. Now a minus. 10 times 3 squared times 2 cubed. So 3 squared is 9. 2 cubed is 8. 9 eighths is 72 times 10. 720. X squared y cubed. Now we got a plus. 5 times 3 to the power of 1 times 2 to the power of 4. Well, 2, 4, that's 16. 16 times 3 is 48. And 48 times 5 is 240. And so we've got x and y 4. And finally, minus 2 to the power of 5, so 32, y 5. And there we have our final expansion. All right, I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.